Today we are doing a high protein sort of meal prep, and this video is in collaboration with LifeSum. The meals that I'm going to be cooking today are salmon and vegetables, don't hate me, cucumber quinoa salad, lemon garlic chicken, boiled eggs, chicken cashew, and a new favourite, strawberry protein muffins. Okay, let me get this one out of the way first because I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing my salmon and vegetables, but you know what, with these meal prep videos, I'm filming exactly what I'm eating, so that's probably why you see them a lot. So I'm just starting off by preheating my oven to 180 Celsius, which is around 350 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to wash and chop up some sweet potatoes to cook. I'm also going to include all the calories and the macros of these meals as well. I'll do it for my meals. I'm cooking for myself and Mitch, but I'll just include the macros for mine in case anybody is interested, and there are also recipe cards at the back of the video. Now we have a lemon garlic chicken recipe. This one's relatively easy to make, so you pretty much just want to combine the ingredients that I listed to your taste. So, you know, if you want 2 cloves of garlic, go for it. If you want 2 bulbs of garlic, go for it. So chop up those ingredients. Garlic, we've got some dried basil, some dried oregano, pepper, salt, and then I also added in some freshly squeezed lemon juice and some olive oil. And what I'm doing with that is I'm pretty much just going to put chicken breasts into aluminium foil and then bake it in the oven, and that's just going to go in side by side with a sweet potato. I prep all this stuff at the same time, and it usually takes me, depends what it is. Like this one, I think it took an hour and a little bit because I had the muffin recipe, so that added a little bit extra onto the time. So with these meals, I have finished up on my calorie deficit, which I mentioned in a few older videos. I was doing that for a little while just to see what muscle groups I really wanted to work on, like what stood out and what was terrible. So now I'm at the point where, you know, I'm working in like a building phase essentially. So I'm going to bake these for around 30 minutes. It might take a little bit less time, but I just checked on them after 30 and they were done, so I pulled them out. Now I've got this cucumber quinoa salad recipe, and it makes roughly 8 servings. This recipe, I did serve some of it with the lemon garlic chicken, but then I also had leftovers, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to have that with like some tinned tuna or something like that, just for when I'm super jam-packed busy and I don't have time, like, you know, between my coaching calls or something, I'll just run downstairs and pull that out of the fridge and chuck a tin of tuna in and we're good to go. So first you're going to cook your quinoa, and then you're going to slice up your vegetables. I originally put in just 1 cucumber, but then I was like, that's not enough when I started adding the quinoa in, so I ended up adding a 2nd cucumber. You can add whatever vegetables you like, you know, you could even change the flavors and use a different meat with it or something and put in like some olives, or you could add some feta or whatever you want to do to change the macros up, but I just wanted something really simple that I could mix and match with different things, because I feel like this is going to be something that'll be a bit of a staple in my fridge. Just in case I run out of options, I can quickly grab it and go. Now I'm also adding in a little bit of flaxseed oil before I mix through the quinoa. Now my sweet potatoes are ready, so I'm just going to pull them out of the oven and I'm going to put them into a container. I'm just weighing out my portion. Each portion was about 80 grams of sweet potato for me. And then I'm putting in frozen greens. The reason that I'm doing frozen is because then when I reheat the meal, I'm just cooking those green vegetables once rather than cooking them now and then having to reheat them again later, which tastes disgusting. Now I'm just measuring out my portion of salmon. I had about, because these were just for me, so I had about 140 grams per serving, so just chopping it up to make those servings. And like I said, I have been tracking things at the moment, and lately I've been tracking every single day, and I'm using LiveSum to do that. If you followed me for a while, you've known I've used this app for a long time, but lately I am tracking daily. So with the premium option, I have been saving my recipes in there as well, or you can use their recipes in there, and they also have meal plans that you can follow. So there is a link in the description box that you can use, and I've also got a 30% off the premium membership if you'd like to give that a go, because you do get extra features on there. Now I'm adding a little bit of butter to the pan, and I'm going to cook the salmon in there. I've just changed the way I write out the ingredients at the moment, because I'm just adding the new ones to the bottom, as you can see. So the list will keep popping back in, and when there's new ingredients, they'll be added to the bottom there. And I thought maybe that was a little bit easier to follow than having each individual ingredient listed on the screen one at a time like I used to do. Now the salmon's done, so that's around 454 calorie meal for me. Now I'm serving up the quinoa. One serving is 1 cup, so I'm giving myself 1 cup, but for Mitch's I'm putting 1.5 cups in there, and then I had leftovers as well. So it's a pretty good base to have around, and you can mix and match it with whatever you want when you're ready to eat it. And then by then the chicken was ready to come out of the oven, and I served that up as well. Let's start on my favorite one, strawberry protein muffins. These were gone within 24 hours, and then I had to make them again. Alright, so I left the oven on from before, and now I'm just going to put some muffin papers in a tray. This recipe makes 8. It's taken me a few goes to get it right, but I'm happy with it now, and everyone who's tried them likes them, so it's good. It's good news. I'm using 3/4 cup of quinoa flour. Now this protein, you're going to have a really bad time if you mix that in a shake. It's absolutely awful. The kind of protein that you want for this recipe is the kind of protein that is too thick when you mix it with water. Any protein that is way too thick when you mix it with water is perfect for baking, so that's why I'm using this one. Now, don't add the lemon now like I did, because I'm a fool. Add all the dry ingredients in first. I don't know why I chopped up the lemon and added it in there, but dry ingredients first, and then we come back and add in the wet ingredients. So I'm going to stir those through, and then I'm going to add in the wet ingredients. Now I do have the recipes listed at the end if you do want to screenshot and save those and give them a go. Alright, so now that we have all the wet ingredients in, I'm going to mix that through thoroughly and then chop up some strawberries and add them in. Now I also had an old banana sitting on the bench, and I was like, ugh, this thing is about to die, so may as well use it. So I chopped that up and I put a slice of banana on top of each muffin as well, which is included in the macros too, by the way. So they need to bake for about 15 minutes. Put a skewer in them to check if they're done. I feel like this one is self-explanatory. I boiled some eggs to keep them in the fridge to have around as a snack or to put with something else if I needed them. This is the ultimate lazy/busy guide to cashew chicken. I say lazy, but it's more like I prioritize other things other than spending heaps and heaps of time in the kitchen. So I was making some cashew chicken, and the way that I did this is I chopped up quite a few chicken fillets because I was making 3 servings for me and 3 servings for Mitch. So each of my serving was about 130 grams of chicken and Mitch's was 200. Now I'm throwing in 60 grams of cashews, which is roughly 2 small handfuls, and I'm just going to use a sauce because, let's be real, I don't feel like standing here for ages and cooking. So When you're purchasing your sauce, look for the one that has the lowest sugar per serve and the lowest sodium per serve is usually a good guide to go off. The jar says there's 4 servings per package, but I'm making 6 out of this, so my rate will be slightly lower. I adore everything you touch. Say, do you believe? And the eggs are ready now. That's their macros there. Jumping back to the chicken cashew dish, I'm going to put some frozen broccoli. You can add whatever you want in there. I just always have heaps of broccoli around, so I'm putting that in. And I'm being ultra time saving again and using my packet rice. So I was having half a cup of brown rice. Now I'm weighing out our portions. You don't have to do this, but I do find it's helpful. And like I said, you know, just tracking everything in LiveSum at the moment. Don't forget, I do have that discount code for you guys as well. And there is that download link in the description. So you can track everything super accurately while you are using that app and also save all your favorite recipes in there as well. So my muffins with their amazing macros, all done now. And that is the whole meal prep. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you get some meal inspiration. If you make the muffins, let me know. Honestly, they are my favorite one out of this whole batch this time. Let me know. Coming up, we have the recipe cards. If you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're not new, welcome back and thanks for watching another video. I'll catch you guys in my next upload. Bye!
Got me like in a box. I adore everything you touch. Say, do you believe that we were meant to be? My body craves identity. Green mango peach, what a tease. Calling me like the rainbow. Oh, pretty please.